Hi kids!
We're back again and still filling in for Tara. Now last week, you may remember, we looked at growing the fruit of joy, which strengthens us.
But this week, we are looking at how going through difficult times can strengthen our trust in Adonai and can grow patience in us.
But firstly, let's hear the story from the Bible of Jacob and Rachel, starting in Genesis 28. It began as a love story that became a testing time for both of them.
Abraham's grandson Jacob needed a wife. His father Isaac sent him to his uncle Laban, who lived in another country. On the way, Adonai assured Jacob in a dream that he would take care of him. Jacob meets Laban's daughter Rachel and wants to marry her. He agrees to firstly work 7 years looking after Laban's sheep, and as he is happy, the time passes reasonably quickly. After 7 years, the wedding is held, but Jacob is tricked and finds out when he lifts the bride's veil that he has married Rachel's older sister Leah. Both Jacob and Rachel are upset by this, but Laban promises that they could marry a week later if Jacob agrees to work another 7 years for him. So they marry, and now Jacob has 2 wives to care for, as well as Laban's sheep. After working for Laban for 20 years altogether, Jacob had a huge flock of sheep as his wages, and he also had a large family of 12 sons and 1 daughter to take back home with him to Canaan, where his father Isaac lived. It had been a time of testing for Jacob, but remember that Adonai had promised to be with him. Adonai had also promised his grandfather Abraham that his descendants would be as many as the stars of the sky.
Jacob's 20 years with Laban was a time of testing his trust in Adonai, and Jacob's patience grew as he persevered and he didn't give up.
Now that reminds me of a verse from the book of James in the Brit Hadashah. James chapter 1 verses 2 to 3. Count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. When I think of growing in patience, I think of potato. Now the potato that we eat is really the root of the plant. And like patience, it's hidden underground while it keeps growing. Let's see if we can find any in my garden. Oh, I can see something. Ah, a few more. So, I've got 5 of them. You know, the potato's fairly humble looking, not very attractive, but oh so tasty. Now I know in BH we've got people from many different cultures. Maybe you prefer rice or noodles or pasta. But it wouldn't be possible to have these favourite foods unless the farmers who grew them were patient.
Well, it's pretty obvious what we'll be having for dinner very soon. Mashed potatoes, and I will do the mashing. Now, remember that the testing of your faith grows patience. Also remember, before we go, that last week we invited you to send in a drawing or a photo or a short clip and show us how you enjoy doing those things now you're out of lockdown. And remember, put on your best banana smile. Email the contribution to shalom@BeitHaMashiach.com.
And remember to spend time in your secret place, put on the armour and plead the blood of Yeshua, and keep praying for Tara and the special friend.
Very important.
And we'll see you next week.
Shabbat Shalom.